Star Pupils. I'm your host, friend, and life coach, Mrs.Divine Awakening. Now, it's been a while since I've done a video because 2019 has shown me just how dynamic life can be. So we're back now, and this conversation today is about how to manifest. So for 2020, we're going to get straight to the point. Normally for the New Year's, we have a New Year's resolution, or a lot of us do manifestos. Basically, we're stating our goals for the year and where we're trying to get to. And I've been asked by a few people to do a video on manifestation. Feel free to talk to me in the chat if you want. I'm going to try to stay focused on the topic and get everything that I wanted to get today. So I'll respond if I can. But so how to manifest? Okay, so what does it mean to manifest? To manifest means to make it appear clearly to the eye, to make it something tangible. So basically to create something or to make it real to you. Okay, so I didn't even plan on doing a video on manifestation, but I was asked by a few people to do so. So I wouldn't say that I necessarily see myself as somebody who is a very good, I would not see myself as someone who is a master of manifestation. However, people have seen or know that I have manifested things and they see it as some authority. So then I also see it as something I can share with you. Okay, so we want to manifest things not just for the year 2020 or the next year. We want to manifest things so that our lives can flow in the direction that we want them to flow, or so that we can grow from where we're at, whether it be spiritual, anyway, so we can grow. So a lot of times too, that growth comes with us being in certain situations. So with life, we are going through situations and always fixing problems. Things aren't always perfect, which is why we are here in life, to learn lessons, to know how to overcome things. So when situations hit the fan or life shows you how dynamic it is, then this is a perfect time for you to manifest or practice manifestation, meaning practice creating things you want to happen around your life the way you want to see it happen. So we're going to start with an example, because in order to teach you how to manifest, it'll be easier if you see by following like an example of is that we need rent money. We need rent money, and we've stopped working. Sorry, it's telling me it's trying to reconnect. Okay, so we need rent money, and we're trying to figure out how we're going to get this rent money. Okay, our rent is $1,200, and we don't know how we're going to get this rent money. So step one, there's lots of steps to manifesting, and I'm not going to necessarily say that it's step one, but in order to manifest, you must first create this open space around you by understanding the phrase, the physical is not the reality. And people hear that and they don't know what to think about it, or they think it sounds crazy because the physical is a reality, just like how you can touch me and I'm right here. But the physical is a reality is something to keep in mind and to really try to understand when you're manifesting something. So you might not understand it, but try to understand at this point. And so that by the physical is not a reality. By that I mean that to manifest, that's when you're in a space where miracles happen. To manifest is magical. And I said that before to people and they didn't believe of magical when things just appear, which is what manifestation is, or when it like it's dropped from thin air for you. So we need this phrase in our head, trying to understand it when we're deciding that we are going to manifest something. And we manifest things every day, consciously and subconsciously. So whether you're just speaking things into existence or constantly thinking about something, whether you want it to happen or not, that's you're starting off manifestation right there. So to do it consciously, you're going to understand that you are in this, what seems like a reality to you is bigger than what your reality is. So there's a lot of things we don't know that are unknown. So we're going to create this open space around us. So our issue is that we need to create, we're trying to money for our rent, and our rent is $1,200. Okay. So first you have to create this space around you, this open space. And so in this open space, basically you're giving yourself, you're freeing up your thoughts. You're freeing up yourself to think outside of your physical. So this open space where it's really your imagination. So you're allowing yourself to surround you, to go branch off into this open. We don't know how we're going to get this $1,200. We don't know where it's going to come from. Just trying to reconnect again. So we don't know how we're going to get this $1,200. We don't necessarily know how where it's going to come from, but we do know that this is what we need. And so right now in this open space, we're allowing random ideas to drop in our head, whether it's I'm going to win the lotto, or it's I'm going to get this bonus on my check, or wouldn't it be nice if my job gave us bonuses, if you have a job that doesn't. So you're going to allow yourself to think and think big. So not necessarily, and even if you don't know, say it's gonna, you can even just say in the most magical way, or the way of least resistance, or it's just going to be, it's going to fall out of thin air. Just say something as to let yourself know that you really believe that something else outside of your reality can happen. Okay, so once you have this clear that about this open space and the fact that there's something out here, you have to know what you're going to manifest. So you're at where you're going, and now you're at what you want to manifest. So because you want that $1,200, you're going to manifest that. And how is it going to look to you? How are you going to know you have it? How are you going to feel when you have it? So you have to really take yourself into sitting with it to think about, well, I might not know how I'm going to get it or where it's going to come from, but when I have it, I will know because, and then this is when that comes in. You thinking about, you thinking about how you're going to feel when you have it, or actually living in the moment of you having it, basically. So now we're feeling what it's like to know we have our rent paid. Okay. So another step we have is to already start thanking the universe, the creator, God, whoever you or whatever you deem as most high. Start thanking for that, for what you're manifesting, because manifestation begins and ends right when you start it. It just takes time for you to for it to be revealed. Okay. So after you start thanking the universe for allowing you to manifest this perfectly, you're also going to ask for it to come to you, for your manifestation to come to you perfectly, is how I say it. But what I mean by that is that it comes to you in the path of least resistance, meaning that you can ask for $1,200 for rent, and that can come in the most horrible way. Or you can ask for it and it can come in a way where you feel blessed, not a way where you're like, I got the money, but I didn't want that to happen, So you're going to ask for it perfectly or on the path of least resistance. Okay, another step is that when I talked about this open space, going into this open space of imagination, an open space that's bigger than your reality, that allows you to dig into that phrase, the physical is not the reality. When we go into this open space, we understand that we now have this space that's trying to come in, right? So we know it's there, but we have to invite it in. And so you do that by raising your frequency, and by clearing out the energy around. So basically, I'm saying raising your frequency because that's how I look at it. But what it really means is to change your frequency. So allow more energy to come through, allow something different to come through. And so you can do that in a lot of different ways. And a way I like to do it is clean or organize. So when I clean, I move things all around. It's feng shui around here. Okay. So that's a way to open up your energy to your home. It flows in differently. Some things are going to flow out too, because as I'm cleaning and I'm moving things around, you're going into space that people who don't move things around are going to forget that certain things they put there, or whatever's accumulating in their house, they're not paying attention to it because they're not moving things around, doing the feng shui. But so anyway, you do the feng shui, and then or that's one method, is doing the feng shui. Find things to donate. So when I'm cleaning my home, a lot of times I will declutter. I will say, hey, Raven, you have too many toys that you're not using. Let's get rid of some and donate them. Or I'll go through my clothes, or maybe my son has had a growth spurt. Um, Whatever the case, I find when I see things that I'm no longer using, I get rid of them through donation because someone else can use them. All right, but that's a way for me to get rid of some energy and allow new energy to come through to me. You can also do things like fast or detox. If you fast or detox, you are raising your energy that way. And even if, let's say, you're not used to working out and now you're working out, that's a way to raise your vibration as well. So these types of things will shift your vibration, and this will allow for your manifestation to, I wouldn't even say happen faster, but allow for manifestation to come through more smoothly. Yeah, more smoothly. Another step we have is to be patient and let go of expectations of what you're manifesting. So, for our example of $1,200, so we want this. We don't know. We might expect it because we're going to see it written on a check that says 1,200. Your information for your rent, and that's how you know that you got it. Now, in this example, we have. I'm trying to get the 1,200 for rent. Hold on a second. So I'm trying to get the 1,200 for rent, and so we understand that. Sorry, this is the next step in between it. So you got to be patient, let go of X. So I might not get the 1,200 in rent just by somebody giving me a check for 1,200. Okay. So now another step in manifesting is that you're going to have to be in the present moment. So I said earlier that we have the point A that we're at, and then we have the point B of what we're manifesting. And so to manifest, you have to be paying attention to the in-between. So the travel distance it is to get to the next location you're trying to get to, which is manifestation. So you're going to, for this example, basically to be in the present is to be in that space of getting to where you're trying to get to. So being able to just be, following your intuition is the way that I do it. So when you get random messages that come through to you, actually acting on them. So when you act on them, you don't know, it seems crazy, or you want to push it back and say, no, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it later. But to actually act on them is when the magic happens. So we're trying to get the $1,200. We already do all the other steps, okay? So we know where we're trying to go. And I'm driving down the street, and something tells me, a thought comes in my head like, man, you haven't had your hair done in a while. You should really treat yourself to get your hair done. And then I have another thought that's like, no, I'm still trying to get this 1,200, even though I don't have it all right now. If I go spending money on getting my hair done, I'm really gonna not have the money. Okay. And so that's a thought. And I'm still driving, and then I see a sign on a billboard that says, come get your hair done today, or something like that, some kind of advertisement. So now it's another sign coming from the universe that, hey, you should get your hair done. So at this point, I'm focusing on my intuition. I understand that I'm being told messages, and I know what's being told to me because I'm arguing back with it, right? I'm making excuses about why I should or shouldn't do it. So I listen, and I go get my hair done. When I go get my hair done, I run into a friend, and that friend there says, hey, let's go get some coffee and catch up. So we go to the coffee shop and we're catching up. And before I leave, I decide that I'm going to, I don't know, uh, get a lotto ticket. Okay, I'm going to get a lotto ticket. So I go get a lotto ticket, and this lotto ticket is for $300. So I won $300 there. For some reason, yeah, that's what happened. So I won $300 there. So I cash it in. And I'm excited. I'm telling my friend how, oh my gosh, I just got $300 from the lotto. I don't even know why I decided to play. I just did. So basically, that would not have happened as quickly if you didn't follow your intuition, get your hair done, because you would never saw your friend who would never ask you out to coffee, and you would never been around the lotto machine to get the lottery machine in order for you to get that lotto ticket. Okay, so now you have $300. You need to manifest 900 more. So you get that $300. It's important for you to take the other step, which is to be grateful, because you see that you're getting yourself close of a whole $1,200. Okay, mad because your apartment doesn't have any gas right now because they discovered a gas leak, so you had to shut the gas down. It's been a week since you had gas, so it's hard for you to stay focused on the fact that you need to manifest this money because you have other things going wrong with your apartment. Okay, so you just be grateful anyway that you're getting closer to manifesting the whole 1,200 that you're asking for. Okay. Another step is that you're going to want to maintain the natural emotion that you like to resonate in. So for me, I'm a very calm person, and I like to stay that way, where I'm able to go with the flow more. So if that's my norm, where I feel most comfortable at, where I feel like I have peace of mind at, then that's the state at which I manifest uh, more smoothly. So I want to maintain that. So I want to make sure I'm not stressing over anything, worrying about things. So naturally, when we worry about one thing, there's so many other things for us to worry about as well. So even if we say, okay, well, I'm not worried about the rent money. I know I'm manifesting that, but these tires on this car, need to get changed because they keep getting low or whatever. Now I'm worried about something else. So basically, just try not to worry. You do that again by staying in the moment. When you're staying present, there's not really many things to worry about, because when people are in a state of worry or anxiety or depressed, that's when they're not being present. That's when they're thinking about things in the past or in the future. So being in the present is a key to manifestation. And it's a key to maintaining that emotion I'm trying to keep, which is being calm, because that's where I naturally like to be. It causes less stress in my body and my environment and, me. So another step we're going to have is that we are going to, so I'm sorry, back to staying calm. So even though things are going wrong, I have that gas leak, right? I'm trying not to worry about that. I'm really just trying to focus on the fact that I'm happy I just got this $300. I'm happy I just got this, my friend, we just rekindled. I have another relationship to entertain. Things like that. I'm focused on what's happening now and how happy I am. I trust in my intuition, right? So I continue to trust my intuition. So now I get the $300 and I go home. Okay. I'm thanking the creator, the universe, for giving me the $300. I'm grateful for my friend. I'm just saying all these things I'm grateful for, being very grateful about what's happening. And then it's a little bit closer to the deadline for when rent is due, right? And I'm looking at, like, I got like 4 days left to get this money. I know I got the 300 already, but I need 900 more. And so naturally, normally what happens is that when I am I'm getting close to my crunch time, right? I just say, okay, let me just call so and so and borrow the money, because they know I'm good for it and I'll pay it back as soon as I can. So I'll ask to borrow the money. Those are what we call old habits or old paradigms. And so when we see that come across, what we normally would do is we would do this. We have to watch for those. When we watch for our old habits jumping up, that's letting us know that if we continue to do those old habits, the same pattern is going to happen. We're trying to break a pattern. We are trying to go further out than what our normal reality is. And so our normal reality is that we just ask to borrow the money so we don't have to stress about it. But we're going to choose this time to not stress about it. Know that we're manifesting it. It's going to come perfectly in the path of least resistance. And it's already showing us that it's working, the universe, thank you. And at the end of the day, if I need to borrow the money, I can. But I'm focused on the fact that I know I have the energy flowing through me, the same energy that's used to create universes, to create galaxies. Um, that energy is flowing through me. So I am that powerful where once I say it, it's on its way to manifesting, okay? That I can do this. So instead of me calling my friend or my family and saying, hey, let me borrow this and 900 more, and I'm good for it, I'm going to have faith that it's going to happen, that I'm going to manifest this. And so I have faith that's going to happen. And I'm basically pushing off that old habit. I've now changed my pattern from what normally happens when I need rent money to what I'm making happen now. Okay. And so then let's say I still need 300, right? So I'm realizing it's getting closer, and I'm like, forget it. Something tells me, just go check the mail. So I get up and I go check the mail, trying to stay present, keeping my mind off of worrying about stuff. I go check the mail and I get a check in the mail. And this check is from an insurance company saying that I paid too much I overpaid or double paid on some procedure that had taken place a couple years ago. They did their audit, realized I had overpaid, and here's a check refunding me $500. $500. Okay. So now I have $800 I have manifested. So I'm thanking the universe, because I know that's for that rent that I need to be paid. And I'm thanking the universe, and I'm excited. So my calm that I had going to just go ahead and not worry about the fact that it's getting closer and being present, I was able to get calm. And then I got really excited when I saw that I was still manifesting money toward my rent. So that excitement shifts my energy level there, bringing it in. Okay, so now I have $800 and I just need 400 more. Okay. So I continue to repeat, continue to try to stay in the present moment. I continue to focus on trusting my intuition, following my intuition, and I may even tell somebody how grateful I am that I just received this in the mail. So basically, if you're going to tell somebody, you don't have to tell them that what your situation is, that you're trying to get money for your rent or whatever, but you can tell them how you went to your mailbox and suddenly there was a check there like magic, because it's going to feel like magic. And who doesn't like to show magic tricks or tell about magic tricks? So you're going to tell somebody who is going to be happy for you, happy for you, and even somebody who may also know about manifesting. And people like that, people who are going to basically be encouraging you and keeping your energy up. You're not going to be feeling like they're going to be jealous of the fact that you have that and they didn't do it, or it's a competition. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so then now it's the day of the due date for your rent payment, right? So you realize I just have $800. I still need 400 more. I don't know, is supposed to happen already. I'm just going to, I don't know, log in. Something tells you just log in so you can just pay online. See if they have any other options for you to pay, or what to do if you're going to be late, whatever. You're going to log in online. You log in online and you see that it's a big notice saying that for this month, everybody's getting $400 off for that gas leak that happened during the last couple of weeks where no one had gas. So you're going to get $400 off. So right then and there, you have manifested $1,200 for your rent. So you're thanking the universe. You're very grateful about what's happening, what you saw manifested before your very eyes. You're jumping for joy, excited. You're also calm and relieved because you have done it. You've done it. You're able to get that $1,200, and it caused little to no stress in your life because you had faith and you stepped outside of your reality to see that you were able to create something bigger and better than what your reality around you was telling you that you could. All right. So those are the steps of manifesting. So did it look like the $1,200 check that you originally thought of when you had in mind that you wanted to manifest? No, it didn't. It looked like that gas leak that looked like it was just the worst thing that was happening ever in your life. Things were just going wrong. It was going on wrong on one perspective that you had because that was your reality. Allowing yourself to think past, even if you don't know, saying this has happened for a reason, can give you that calm that you need to maintain your focus on what you're really trying to manifest, and to stop worrying about things like the fact that you don't have gas for a week, but you're still alive and everything else is going fine. So it looked really different because you didn't expect that that would have anything to do with you manifesting, but it does. You didn't expect that anyone would ever catch that you double paid. You didn't know you double paid for your insurance, but this is what happened, and you got a check back, and they're able to find the right address and everything, even though you moved 3 times since that year. That's how you know you're manifesting. You can look at it as, oh, no, this had been coming to me. Yes and no. So it depends. And also that money you got from the lottery, these things added up, and it started with you following your intuition to go get your hair cut and spend a little money, create more money for you. So it's something that can also be seen as irresponsible, but that's you were definitely had a different mindset about it because you were thinking responsibly when you were saying with your head mentally, like, no, I shouldn't do this if I'm trying to get money. But then you stepped outside of just what you were thinking and just went with what you were feeling, what was coming through, and it worked out for you. So those are my steps of manifesting. I don't know how many steps that was, and I don't even know the order because it all depends. But definitely the one thing is to first have your mindset clear on the fact that you are beyond your reality, and the reality is not the physical. The physical is not reality. So you're beyond the physical because it's not your reality. That definitely is the very first step toward manifesting. There are other ways too. I really tried the last couple of days to really piece together everything because I never intended to make a video on manifesting. When I was asked to, I had to stop and think, I do this. And what are my habits when this is happening? So I had to go back to each instance, but we're not going to talk about that. But anyway, so since we're in 2020, starting off a new year, I like to give back at the start of my new year to anyone who's watching, anyone who wants to work with a life coach or energy specialist, anyone who wants to just try something new, or anyone who just likes to do free stuff. I like to give back, basically, because I like free things, so I'm trying to give free things. So what we're going to do is for up until the Wednesday before Valentine's Day. So I believe it's Wednesday, February 12th, 2020. Up until then, you can go to my website. You can click on one of my 15-minute sessions. So we can either chat to each other by video chat, phone call, or by just regular phone call. And so for a month, and you can, I'm going to say the same. So I have a 15-minute basically a laser coaching call, where you can talk about 15 minutes, and this will be about what you are manifesting, okay? So you are allowed to schedule as many sessions as you want, as long as you've done your goal first, as long as you pursued what we discussed in that 15 minutes. For free until Wednesday, February 12th, 2020. So we can manifest and talk about manifestation. So that will be the topic. We will talk about your manifestation. So nothing off topic from that. It's about anything to do with what you're manifesting. Okay. And then that way you guys can share after you've done it with me together in the comments about your experience of manifestation, and if this worked, if you've done other things that worked, or what you used and didn't use, or even just the magical stories of how you manifested whatever it was you were trying to manifest, because it's very exciting to see and hear, and it seems like a fairy tale. All right. So thank you, Star Peoples, for joining me. Like I said, go to my website to sign up for the month to speak with your girl about the things you want to manifest. My website is www.mrsdivineawakening.com, and that's Mrs. MRS period divineawakening.com. Go ahead to laser coaching session, and you can sign up for your 15-minute session. Uh, and that is good for free until February 12th, 2020. Have a great year, Star People.